Brazil, Morocco, London to Ibiza, straight from LA, New York, Vegas to Africa. Right, I really don't want to speak about this game. I'm exhausted. This team has officially exhausted me. That I really don't want to speak about this game, but it's a game that we have to play. It's a game that we have to win. And I always say this, but if you don't win tomorrow, I'm very and really afraid of relegation. Tomorrow's game is kind of a last beach and a last island before crossing the wildest of seas with the biggest of waves. Because after this game, not only do we have an international break, which it will be good. I think it will be good this time. I'm looking forward to it after this agony. But after the international break, you've got Napoli away, Spurs at home, Spurs away, Atalanta at home. Games where you could hypothetically get 0 points from. So tomorrow's kind of a last breather before a period of agony after the international break. Tomorrow's game will be JURIC'S last game. I will put my face when I say this statement. Tomorrow's game will be JURIC'S last game. I've not been told this. I am predicting this. I am guessing this. But my guess will be right. Tomorrow's game will be his last game. Once again today, in the press conference that he had, he looked like, and he proved to be a dead man walking. Another embarrassing press conference. And I want to get the press conference part out of immediately to then focus on the game, because it is absolutely embarrassing what he did today. So yeah, we've got a tough game. We'll be at the stadium tomorrow. Of course, we never fail to abandon this team. Let's speak about this. Of course, Bologna, the big downfall from last season. It was a predictable downfall. Let's speak about us. This period of time where the players and the fans already know that the manager will get sacked and how that can influence on the performance. And then, of course, I will show you my predicted 11. But as always, don't forget to hit the like. Just like yesterday, if everybody in the stream, watching live or not, can hit the like. If we can get 100 likes on this video, I will ship to one of you guys 3 stickers, which I'm going to buy tomorrow from the Ultras stand. I was at the female game today, and it's a period of time, it's a period of the year that I am in love with sticker collections, and I added this beauty, this absolute beauty to the collection. So 100 likes on this video and I will ship one of you guys 3 stickers that I will buy tomorrow. Get it done, subscribe, and let's get into this. Hello to everybody in the chat, and let's immediately answer Carlos' question. What happened to Dybala? So what this idiot manager did today is another absolute terrible move, which again, not only does it describe to us and proves to us that he's just not a good IQ football human being. And number 2, it's another proof that he cannot control the situation. And that the situation that is going on inside the locker room is out of his control. Also due to the fact that he knows and the players know that he's going to get sacked. So they won't, so he's kind of mutinying alongside the players who he understood are not following him. This is what happened today. So he goes live in the press conference and he announces that Dybala will not be on the squad list tomorrow because he's suffering from a muscle problem. But in the meantime, what happened is that Dybala did not know about this because Dybala and JURIC did not discuss about this. And what had to happen, this is Sky Sports saying this, Dybala expected that after the press conference, he and JURIC would see Dybala on the pitch, kind of on a last test before deciding whether to call him. Dybala was expecting to have this last test on the pitch at Trigore today to decide if he was going to take part in tomorrow's game. JURIC completely ignored this. JURIC announced that Dybala was not going to take part before the test to decide whether he was going to take part even happened. And Dybala listened to the press conference and I was like, hang on a sec, didn't we agree that you would decide after seeing today's training session? It's embarrassing. This guy is sacking him. This guy is going like this to get sacked. He wants to get sacked because he's understood that he's by himself. The fans absolutely detest him, and that he's literally shit. Like, he's understood that he needs to escape, because otherwise, not only will he risk his life, because Roma fans are crazy if the situation continues like this, but number two, if he continues along this path, his managerial career will get burnt down. So he wants to get sacked, and he's probably been told that he's gonna get sacked after the game, because it's he just can't write what he's doing to this football club. He's ruining it, and it's already very low. But Juric is not helping to lift this ship, this sunken ship, by any means. Having said this, Dybala will not take part. Dybala is out of this game, which again, are we going to win without Dybala? I don't know. We don't score goals. So, speaking about the game, look, I'll say this. I have no expectations. Like, I have reached the stage of the season. I've been so burnt away by these last performances that no energy in me has any motivation or any energy to actually believe in a positive result. In a sense that, of course, I'm going to be there at the stadium. Of course, we're going to sing and push the team. But deep down, if you don't win, I won't be surprised anymore, because it's probably more likely than us losing tomorrow than us winning tomorrow. That's the current situation. So I have been so disappointed and so utterly destroyed by this football club this season that I have no expectations left in a football game. Like, if tomorrow's game would have been played last season and we would have lost tomorrow's game, I would have been fuming because nobody was expecting it at home. But if you lose tomorrow's game, of course I'll be mad. And of course I'll probably do a match reaction where my face will be purple. But deep down, I already know that tomorrow we won't win. I'm already starting the day. I'm starting my Sunday knowing that my Sunday could be fucked up by the team. And I already know that this could happen. So I have no expectations on tomorrow's game, which is why recently I'm not giving predictions anymore, because it's impossible to give predictions with this football club against a team which, yes, is not the team that they were last season, of course they aren't, but a team that is living a better moment than us, and a team that, exploiting the moment that we're living, could easily win against us. We'll see what happens. I go with the flow. I've reached the stage where I'm just going to go with the flow. If we win, we win, and we react to that win. If we lose, we lose, and we react to that loss. And we kind of move with the wind, and we get transported wherever the wind wants us to go. With that being said, I want to speak about Bologna, because Bologna, of course, was the big team last season. You know, they were like the team that everybody admired and that everybody looked over to. Like, look at Bologna, look at the Bologna project, the famous Thiago Motta project. And Bologna last season were impressive. But of course, it was impossible for Bologna to copy what they did last season, because the second your manager moves away, you restart from scratch. And a team like Bologna restarting from scratch will take a lot of time to kind of get back to those cycles. And you're also seeing this in the Champions League. Bologna don't even know how they qualified to that Champions League, because I believe they haven't even scored one goal in 4 games. You know, drew against Shakhtar, lost against Monaco. You know, Bologna is the beauty of football, but at the end of the day, I'm still very disappointed, because as much as they deserved last season, I hate seeing a team like Bologna in the Champions League. Not that my team deserves it, I just hate it for Italian football. It's a nice fairy tale story, but deep down I don't like it. Of course, they sold Riccardo Calafiori, the biggest Italian player with most aura right now, Calafiori to Arsenal. They sold Josh Hudson to Man United, who apparently will come back to Italy in January, because Man United destroy players. Ferguson is back from his ACL. They've lost a lot of key pieces. They still have interesting players. I think the best ones are Orsolini, Ferguson, who's coming from an ACL, and Doi, the Swiss fast player. And I'm also a very big fan of their new striker, Castro. Other than that, they're a mediocre team this season, and I still need to kind of understand whether I like Italiano as a manager or not, because parts of me show to me that he's overrated, but other things say no, he's a good manager. It was impossible for Bologna to copy the project and the cycle and the year that they had last season, but they're still a tough team. They're not the team that they were, but they are a team that can pose us difficulties, especially in this moment, because they've got players who can be deadly. The problem with Roma right now is that due to the internal confusion and due to the environmental confusion and chaos at the football club, the players don't feel secure. And you can see this defensively, because defensively we are so unconcentrated, and this lack of concentration is due to moments of despair, moments of agony, moments of being not convinced and confident about yourself. And when you've got players like Orsolini against you, you will concede if you defend like you've defended. You conceded 3 goals against Verona, 5 goals against Fiorentina, and 1 goal against a team that Union Saint-Gilloise. Like, you conceded basically 10 goals in the last 3 games. It's embarrassing what we're doing defensively this season. So, people who say we're going to win tomorrow's game, the only way we win tomorrow's game is if the players understand that they need to wake up. They need to wake up, because they haven't woken up. And these players are insisting that they're giving it their all best. You're not giving it your all best. So, kind of speaking about us, how can the news of Juric basically 99.999% being sacked after tomorrow's game, how do the players, who most probably already know this, how will they react tomorrow? Well, logically, you'd expect a reaction, because if the players fell out with the manager, they're like, right, he's gone. He's gone. After this game, he's gone. So we need to get back winning. Because I did not like playing against Juric. I rejected Juric's system and Juric's formation. But we have the confirmation that after this game, he's gone. So we need to get back winning. And so we will see a reaction. On the other hand, it could be the other side. And the other side is Juric knowing that he's already sacked. The players knowing that Juric is already sacked. It leads to a massive unmotivation coming from the manager and coming from the players. And tomorrow will be another brutal game to assist. It could go either way. Do I think we're going to win tomorrow? No. I think we're going to draw tomorrow. Because also due to the fact that Dybala isn't there, I don't know how we win games without Paulo Dybala. And the treatment that Juric is displaying to Dybala himself and to Mats Hummels is embarrassing. And only for this treatment of these 2 world-class players, he should get kicked out of this football club. Predicted 11. My predicted 11 is this. In the meantime, everybody in the stream, please take 2 seconds to hit the like button down below. It would be great if everybody can hit it. This is my predicted 11. This is my predicted 11. Let me read a few comments. Crazy that we have a manager that is basically sacked already managing this game. He has 0 reason to even try because he knows he's gone. I agree. This manager knew that he was going to get sacked after that Fiorentina game. I will never be tired of saying this, which is why you had to sack him after that game and not keep him, because it's bad psychologically to keep a manager, to keep a dead man walking on your bench. Do you miss 4-3-3 Roma? Yes, I do, mate. I do. I miss fast wingers. I miss Spalletti ball. I miss those eras. I miss Gervinho and Salah on the 2 flanks, speeding it up. Florenzi before his ACL tear. We were one hell of a good team, and I would pay to get back and live those moments again. Juric realized the Roma job is too big for him. Yeah, and he also realized that he's got no protection at this football club. Sky Sports confirmed Mancini new coach of Roma. No, they confirmed that Roma have had contacts with him. I wouldn't put my hand on fire saying that Mancini will be our new manager. The contacts are there. Whether they decide to go all in on this decision is something that the Fredkins will control. Of course, he's leading the race. That I agree. But I wouldn't be that certain for him to become the new manager. But of course, if Sky Sports says it, then it's a very reliable source. 11 Serie A games, only 3 wins. Can you just imagine it? Just stop for a second to realize this. Yeah, it's bad, mate. Been a fan of Roma for more than 10 years. This was the season I was most excited and I had the most expectations I've ever had, and they ruined it. Thoughts on Mancini coming to Roma? I will do a video if he does appoint, if we do appoint him, of course. I did a video all on him yesterday, so if you missed it, make sure to go watch it. And yeah, I'm a 50-50 with Mancini. But again, if you want to know why, go watch yesterday's live stream. Right, this is my predicted 11. Svilor in goal, Angelino, Ndika, and Mancini in defense. Every time I read this formation, I understand how stubborn our manager is, because he doesn't change formation. He doesn't give in the demands of the players, which tactically he should have done ages ago. And number 3, he's not going to start Mats Hummels. He's not going to start Mats Hummels, even if you point a gun on it, at his head. You just won't start him. So even though we should be searching for solutions, he won't search for solutions. He absolutely will not search for solutions. And he will insist with this shit. He will insist with this absolute gobshite. And this is the result. The results are these bad performances and the team being influenced by this. In the midfield, I'm going to go Zalewski and Cilic on the 2 sides. Kone and Lefebvre in the middle. Cristante Paredes out. I think JURIC'S has found his new favourite midfield duo. I think it took a lot of time for him to understand that Lefebvre and Kone had to be their starting midfield duo. But he got there eventually. But he got there too late because time is ticking, and time was ticking the day he put pen on paper. Cilic on the right, I'm disgusted, but that's what's going to happen. Zalewski on the left, I'm disgusted, but that's what's going to happen. And I understand starting Zalewski over El Shaarawy more than I do starting Cilic ahead of either Saud or Bouba Sangare. Because El Shaarawy, and I will say this, and I will take the balls to say this, is not living a good moment. He's not fit whatsoever. That shot that he had against Union Saint-Gilloise is the definition of the form that El Shaarawy is living. El Shaarawy, unfit, is better to use as a super sub than as a starting player, which is why I'd kind of preferred Zalewski to start against, ahead of El Shaarawy tomorrow, just because El Shaarawy, non-fit, is better to be used as a super sub. Up front, Sule, Baldanzi, Dovbyk up front. Dybala out. I think Pellegrini will be out, but I wouldn't be surprised if he starts. Of course, Dybala's out. Baldanzi deserves to start. Sule, I would give him the start tomorrow. He could start Baldanzi and Pisilli. Problem is, Baldanzi and Pisilli are way too small to start together. Like, starting Baldanzi and Pisilli together is good because they deserve it. But tactically, it's not good because they get bullied too much. It's like starting Chip and Chop up front, or Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. No disrespect, but it's just a character point of view. Bologna's defense is a physical defense. They've got Lukumi and what's the other guy? Ebisher and Lukumi. They are physical. Baldanzi and Pisilli together against a physical defense is going to be one of those games where they're going to try to attack, they're going to get bullied, and Dovbyk will be isolated. Not that Sule is any bigger, but Sule is definitely, I'm not going to say more experienced to start these games, but definitely readier than a Pisilli, for example, to start against physical defenses. I don't know. I don't know about that front three. I mean, Dovbyk will start. Baldanzi, I think, will start. I've got question marks on Sule. I would like to see Sule because he needs a sense of continuity from that goal against Verona. Otherwise, he scored that goal and you're going to dig him back down and bury him. He needs to try and score more goals. Look, I don't know. Whatever formation we use tomorrow, whatever players we use tomorrow, in my opinion, will not change the circumstances of the period that we're living. The period is the period. You can't change what's terrible. It will take time to clear the crap away from this team. So I think we're living one of those stages where no matter who you start, it's going to be a bad game. No matter who you start, it's going to be agony. And no matter who you start, is going to struggle to win tomorrow. Which is ultimately why the predicted 11 is just my own subjective one. But the starting 11 could be anything. But because everybody's living such a bad moment, I'm expecting nothing from nobody here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But again, I'm gonna start tomorrow's game with no expectations, because I've understood that expectation is what kills you. Having confidence and expectations are what kill you if you don't win a football game. I've come to kind of develop this with the years of being Roma fans. If you start a game with no expectations, you will be half less pissed at the end of it if you don't win. And of course I'll be disappointed if you lose, because it's gonna be like, if you lose tomorrow, I genuinely would rather not go live for a match reaction, because I would have no words. I would have no words. If you lose tomorrow, I would have no words. If you draw tomorrow, I would have no words. You have to win. You have to wake up. You have to change the situation. Regardless of whether you like the manager or not, whether you wanted him to stay or not, you need to play tomorrow to want a reaction, to claim a reaction, and to win a reaction. For us fans, for us, because you're not playing for us. All those traveling fans that went to Belgium, all those fans in Peru, Argentina, the United States, Australia, which wake up tomorrow morning at like 3 a.m. to watch tomorrow's game. You need to have respect to and for the fans. I will be traveling to London for the Spurs game. I will be there. And I'm not asking for a win. Because asking for a win right now in London against Spurs is asking too much. But I want you to lose with honour. I want you to go there and fight for me and fight for all the Roma fans, which will be inside that stadium in London. So there needs to be a reaction. Forget about the result-wise and manager-wise and Roma-wise and just psychological-wise. There needs to be a reaction for the fucking fans. Because we don't deserve this. We are the last ones who deserve to go all through this trauma. So you have to win for us. You have to honour tomorrow's game for us. All of us. And with that, I'll end it and I'll read a few comments. I think Mancini is 99% becoming coach. We'll see what happens. Nothing can be worse than Juric right now. Even a Lazio legend cannot be worse than Juric right now. We'll see what happens again. If Lope starts, we're going to... Who's Lope? Lopez? Jennifer Lopez. Any chance for Salamakers tomorrow? No, Salamakers still not in group training. He'll get back training with the group at the start of next week. He'll be back soon, but he'll be back after the break, just not tomorrow. Hey Simo, your channel was mentioned in the one and only Hungarian AS Roma channel. You are famous. Oh, thank you. What's it called? Is it like on YouTube or on Hungarian national TV? Yeah, let me know. The Cagliari Milan game is insanity, says Hamza. Is it? I'm not watching it. I'm ready for a Zalewski disaster tomorrow and then a masterpiece during international break. I swear he's doing it on purpose. Better Angelino over Zali and put Homos at the sun. Of course, but he won't do it. Why not start Saud and give him a chance? I'd start Bupa and give him a chance. Why the heck won't Dybala play tomorrow? Because listen to the first 5 minutes of the video and I'll explain. I've explained it without repeating everything. Well, I'll catch you tomorrow. Match reaction tomorrow for sure, and whether or not Roma assists it, stadium vlog will come as well. I will be at the stadium. The reason why there haven't been many stadium vlogs lately is because of the performance. It's because of the team. So if the performance is a decent performance, there will also be a stadium vlog adding on to the match reaction. But let's see what happens. Hit the like if you haven't already. Please do it. Again, 100 likes. And I will ship to one of you guys 3 stickers that I will get tomorrow at the stadium on the Ultras stand. So hit the like, subscribe, bring your friends, and I'll talk to you soon. I believe I'm going to the cinema right now, and it's not raining, to watch a horror movie. Smile 2, they said. I hate horror movies, but hopefully it'll be good. Right. Simo out.